I'm sorry if you can hear walking around because the poopy is not sleeping. Yep. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing 3 looks with the new Viseart palette. And before we get into the 3 looks, I did want to clarify some things regarding my last video. I feel like I didn't quite get my message across in the way that I wanted to. So these are pretty small shadows. This is the first time I am trying Viseart, and I did take some pictures of a single shadow that you can buy off of Anastasia Beverly Hills website next to one of the Viseart shadows with the size comparison, and on the side to see how much bigger the Anastasia one is. And I did get the Carly Bible Anastasia palette, and I picked out one of the shades from the Viseart palette and set it on top of the Anastasia one so you guys get a better idea of how small these Viseart shadows are. My impression of this palette was it was supposed to, in like my mind from what I've seen at Sephora, I was expecting, I'm gonna put a picture up, a palette that was kind of like this one is what I kind of had in my mind, because that's what I've seen from Viseart, being inside of Sephora and actually seeing it. So when I received this palette, I was a bit taken back from how small it actually is. I am contacting customer service because I really don't think that the shadows should be falling out like this from what y'all have told me. You guys don't have shadows that fall out like this, so it could be just a bad palette that I got, but it's okay. The formula of this palette is amazing. I love all the shades that I've tried so far, and I'm gonna like going into all of these 3 looks today, but I just wanted to put that out there because I felt like I just received my palette and I filmed my video and I kind of put my thoughts out there, and I feel like people got the wrong impression of what I was trying to say. But if you were in my shoes, I feel like you would probably have the same thoughts of like, oh, I kind of thought it was going to be like this. I spent $40 on this palette and it came back and it's this tiny, and wow, I spent a lot of money for only a little bit of product. Put all this behind us and let's just focus on the actual formula of this palette and get into the 3 looks. All right, getting into this first look, I really want to use these 2 shimmer shades. So I'm gonna first take the lightest matte shade and I'm just gonna blend this into my crease. Now this formula, I really like it. I think the mattes and the shimmers are fan-freaking-tastic. I like that they don't muddy all together. I like that they're pigmented. I like that they blend out really easily. I do think that it is worth the money in that regard. But it was just what am I trying to say? I was expecting it to be one thing and it turned out to be another thing. And so I feel like that kind of let me down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take the kind of pinky burgundy shade. I'm gonna put this in my outer corner. I really like this shade. I feel like it's so hard to get a nice burgundy, and I think they really did a pretty good job with this shade in the palette. And then I'm just lightly carrying it through my crease. But I want the most pigment in that outer corner. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that first shade just to help blend out the burgundy a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take that burgundy shade, carry it under my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the darker shimmer right here. I'm gonna put it in the kind of center, blending it up into where my crease is and kind of going over where the burgundy is. And I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it right in my inner corner, blending it into the other shimmer. And then I'm just gonna go back in and double check that everything is pretty blended, airbrushed. And then I'm gonna take this shade and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. And then I'm gonna go and finish this look up and I'll be right back. All right, and this is the end of the first look. I love this look. I think it's really easy, like neutral date night-ish kind of a look. So you can get something a little bit more on the smokier side with this palette, even though it does look like everything's a little bit more on the nude side. I do keep gravitating towards the pink shades in this palette. And then as for my lips, I use the Stunna lip paint in Uncuffed, kind of tie in the mauve-y burgundiness of this whole look. But this is the end of the first look. Per usual, let me know which of the three looks was your favorite in the comments down below. And now let's get into the second look. All right, getting into the second look, I'm gonna try and get this one to be a little bit more peachy. So I'm first gonna take this shade and I'm just gonna put this all into my crease. I didn't do the best job at removing the last look, but we're gonna move past that. And then I'm gonna take the brown shade. I'm gonna put this, work this into this outer corner. And then I'm gonna take that same kind of brown shade, work it underneath my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the pink shimmer and I'm gonna put it onto my whole eyelid. These shimmers, by the way, are so buttery and smooth. And then I'm gonna take a blending brush and this gold and I'm gonna blend it into my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take that same shade just with an eyeshadow brush and really pack it on my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take this shade, I'm gonna take it with my finger. I'm also gonna mix it with the gold, so just kind of like patting between the shades. And then I'm gonna go through the center of my lid and kind of highlight it. And then I'm gonna finish the rest of this look up and I'll be right back. All right, and this is the finished second look. I did get the Fenty Beauty Trophy Wipe and I put it on my cheeks and I also touched it up in my inner corners, and I think it added that nice kind of oomph that I was looking for, just like a little bit more glittery. But I really like this look. This is something I definitely wear to like festival, going out, shopping, like something kind of springy, kind of neutral, still a little bit of color. I really like how this one turned out. But now let's get on to the third and final look. All right, so for this last look, I really want to use a lot of the gold shades. I'm gonna start off with this one and I'm gonna pack this one. You know, I might just use my finger. I'm gonna pack this all over my lid. This shade is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if you can hear walking around because the poopy is not sleeping. Yep. And then I'm gonna take an eyeshadow brush with that same shade and I'm just gonna help blend it all out. Sometimes just a single shade on your lid can be so pretty. And then I'm gonna take the darker brown shade. I'm gonna blend this underneath my lower lash line and then kind of blending it out just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take the lightest shimmer shade. I'm gonna pop it in my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take the kind of pinky shimmer shade. I'm gonna try and get it on a brush. Use that as a blush. And then I'm gonna take that lighter shimmer shade. I'm gonna use this one as a highlighter. And I'm gonna finish the rest of this quick little simple makeup and I'll be right back with the finished look. All right, and this is the third and final look. I put liner, lashes, and Jeffree Star Flamethrower with the Fenty Orange Glossy Balm on top of it. And I really like how this turned out because it's really simple to do. It's really easy. You don't have to go as dramatic. You can just add mascara. You can do a liner. You can just do a regular wing. I was looking for a little something more dramatic, but I really like how all the looks turned out. Let me know which look was your favorite. I do really like the formula of this palette, but I am going to exchange it to see if the shades still fall out of it or what's gonna go on with it. So that's my final thoughts on this palette. Let me know what you guys think, and if you haven't seen my initial review with the swatches and everything for this Viseart palette, I'll have it right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here. Click on it and subscribe to my channel.